everyone. In this economic lesson series, today we are going to learn about Introduction to Economics. So, these are the main areas today we are going to focus at. As a beginner to the economics, everyone should have a knowledge about these main areas. Those are what is economics, main 5 economics questions, what is scarcity and choices in econ, and what is opportunity cost, and what are the factors of production and how the production process is going on. So now let's look at what is economics. As we know, the father of modern economics is Adam Smith, who is a Scottish philosopher, gave a great explanation to the economics through his Wealth of Nations book. So, Smith defined economics as an inquiry into the nature and causes of the wealth of nation. Also, there are a lot of great definitions about economics. Those are general definition of economics, Adam Smith definition, and Marshall's welfare definition, and Robbins' scarcity definition. Among them, this definition is very popular. That is, economics is a social science that focuses on the production, distribution, and consumption and goods and services, and analyzes the choices that individuals, businesses, governments, and nations make to allocate resources. Next, we are focused at main 5 economic sections. The first section is what goods and services will to be produced. It means in order to be profitable, businesses must respond to consumers' wants and desires. Second question is how much to produce. They are focused about how much quantity of the goods and services that productions are supplying to the economy. Third question is how will the goods and services be produced? And here talk about productivity efficiency. Here, market system encourages and rewards those producers who are achieving least cost production. The most productively efficient technique will be the one that produces a given amount of output with the smallest input and limited resources. Next question is for whom to produce. It determined by how the income is distributed. Products go to those who are willing and able to pay for them. The productivity of the resources, the relative supply of particular resources, and the ownership of the resources will be determined the income of individuals and households. The last question is who gets to make decision. Now let's look at the main topics that the economics are giving attention to when learning about these main areas. The first one is scarcity. So the scarcity in economics means when the demand for resource is greater than the supply of that resource as resources are limited. So this is one of the key concepts of economics. It means that the demand for a good or service that the greater than the availability of the good and service. Therefore, scarcity can limit the choices available to the consumers who ultimately make up the economy. Scarcity results in consumers having to make decisions on how best to allocate resources in order to satisfy all basic needs and as many wants as possible. One of the most widely known examples of resources scarcity impacting the United States is that of oil. As global oil prices increase, local gas prices invisibly rise. So, the next main topic is choices. Choice refers to the availability of a consumer or producer to decide which good, service, or resource to pursue and provide from a range of possible options. Being free to choose is regarded as a fundamental indicator of economic well-being and development. So, let's look at what is opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is an economics term that refers to the value of what you have to give up in order to choose something else. In a nutshell, it's the value of the road not taken. So let's look at example. think you spend time and money going to look at a movie, and you cannot spend that time at home reading a book. So you cannot spend that money on something else also. And in our day-to-day life also, we are experiencing these kind of scenarios. That is a great example for understanding the opportunity cost. So let's focus to factors of production. Those are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. So what is factors of production? These are the main resources that are acting as the building blocks of the economy. They are what people use to produce goods and services. So economics divide these factors into four main categories as in the slide. So those are land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. So as the last and main topic, that is production process. So what is production process? It is a method of using economic input or resources like labor, capital, equipment, land to provide goods and services to consumers. The production process typically covers how to efficiently and productively manufacture products for sale to reach consumers quickly without sacrificing the quality of the product. There are many different types of production processes businesses can follow according to their manufacturing goals, production number, and technology tools, software systems. So now we are going to wind up the lesson. So in the next, we are going to study about demand and supply in economics.